Hello, welcome back to school. I almost didn't come in today for various reasons. I don't know, maybe I'll talk about that later. It's about 10:20 right now. I'm not gonna really do a whole bunch because I don't feel like doing a whole bunch. I think the score that I'm posting is different than mine. Not like horribly, but it's got probably a notation. Like this next section, they have that B on the bass clef. So yeah, I gotta figure how that's gonna work. Going up to 7. Let's see how far we get.
I'll just be running back and forth for a little bit, okay?
Oh, that's okay. No problem. I'm kind of in a blah state anyways.
What's that?
I'm kind of in a blah state anyways.
Okay.
I'm not gonna bother with the light. Metronome. Okay, we don't want it at 200. That's really fast. We're at 54, 50. 20, 100, 90. Let's see what 90 does. Alright, this at 90. Quarter note is 90. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Note is wrong. Oh, I'm playing the wrong chord. It's in G minor. Sol minor. 1, 2, 3, 1. That sucks because I don't know the notes. I think. Oh, it's a major. Fa major. I think. Notes are. I'm really tense in my wrist. Let's see if we can find out. Well, that one's light's busted. There's a sound I don't like. I'll try that. It's not. Nozzled. Kind of like when you don't know what's coming up, it's I don't know. Nature. I have to work on the new stuff because I have to learn the new stuff. Otherwise, I'll just be playing the same stuff over and over again. Alright, figure out how this goes. 1, 2, 3. Oh. That's a beat, right? This is gonna be like so mind-boggling. 3/2 time. It's a rarity. I don't think I've played anything in 3/2 time. I got a thing on this. 1, 2, 3. It seems like it's going really fast. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. I'm gonna do the top note. 2, 3. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. 1. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I think those are wrong notes. 1, 2, 3. 1. I don't know. What's the soprano voice doing? 2, 3, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that F definitely is part of the melody, but it's also part of this counter melody. One, two. Huh? Would not be able to do this on a piano. One, two, Is this where Bach's inventions would come into play? Or fugues. This is brutal. I think 1, 2, 3, 1. Make sure I'm doing that right. I'm getting a good stretch between the thumb. they changed that fingering. I don't know if I can go to my 5 on there. Let's just do from the C in the crotchets. Okay, I'm gonna have everything again. Oops. Oh. I'm getting comfy. Alright, so we're gonna do from it doesn't work on that. I actually have to sit straight at the keyboard. That sucks. My body will not let me play this comfortable. What is the counting for the semiquavers? Wanianda, Takadimi. So this would be 1 would be 2 clicks on each quarter. That's what I'm trying to aim for. It's not gonna be lasting long because I'm getting a headache. C's not even right. I think I should try to get the right notes first. see what that. That's just held. I don't know if those are right. Let me try to do it the 1 and 2 and I got to measure 7 and okay, so let's try to come into that with I feel like I have the hands of Rachmaninoff. One, wait, is that right? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3. Well, when does the B come in? That comes in on beat 1, right? I hope so. 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 1. Oh, I didn't move to the C. 1, 2, 3. I gotta move sooner. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Two, 3, 1, 2, 3. Whatever the notes are. 2, 3. etc. Okay. The left hand does. Wait, that's not right. That's not the right. What am I? Uh-oh. I don't know how to read off music paper. That's right. No, it's not right. It's supposed to be down here. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, let's at least get to the measure. Okay, that left hand's light. I think I might just jump around because it'll give me something else I need to work on. Or does it go down to the A? I think it goes down to the A. I don't know. See what the next measure says. Let's just do the soprano. Hmm? That hurts. I'm really tired. Leave. I don't really know the piece, so I don't know how it sounds. Let me try that from the previous section. 1, 2. It's not up at tempo yet. It's 11 o'clock. and not think about writing such interesting notes together. That leap is not helping. It's a very unique feeling. I don't think usually I'm playing one note, but this moving of the fingers in harmony like that is really interesting. It feels interesting. I can feel it on the back of my hand. It's okay, and obviously it could be worked on more. 2, 3. What's the left hand doing at that point? Oh, it's just holding a G. Alright. What's the next note? Oh, it's an A. Whatever those things are called, her leg a little. Sure, those are nice. Wait, I think it goes to here. Sure, souls don't move. Yeah, it's just for 3 counts, and then it does that. Okay, so let's do from this thing again. needs to go up there. Let your hand off. It's wrong. Sounds bad. I don't know. I'm gonna try to play it from the beginning and just kind of put it together. Crack. I don't know. Has it been an hour? I don't think so. Almost. I have to trim my fingernails when my fingernails are getting long. They're slipping on the keys. Oh, I really don't want to be doing this anymore. I think I might leave early. My back is starting to hurt too. I'm gonna run through it a little bit. I hate to finish it. Wait, the F is in this hand. Yeah. I don't even know where my chords are. Then it'll just hold on. I'm gonna call it quits on that because I'm just really tired. And I really don't want to be doing this right now. And I still have to put in the pedals. And I don't want to put in the pedals right now. I'm gonna do that other thing just for giggles. If I can remember how it goes. I don't have my socks on. I need to just make regular stops. Jeez. But the tab ones might be easier to mess with because these things just, I don't like them. I think I banged up my thumb because my thumb hurts. Like right at the point. Yeah, I don't know what I did with my thumb, but it's getting numb. can't find my G. I totally don't know what's going on because those aren't the right notes. I gotta fix that finger too because it wants to go to the D early. Okay, I'm done. I'm leaving 20 minutes early. They should be happy. Oh. So, I'm going to put an addendum to just stuff of how I'm feeling about this, just to get stuff off my mind and just to get it off my mind, basically. Okay, so here's my little addendum that I'm just now, I don't know. Yesterday I was just really, really tired. I'm very, I don't want to say I'm upset, but I'm more or less frustrated with my, I guess if you want to call them lessons or whatnot. I don't feel like I'm learning anything from the person I'm working with. It feels like, it basically feels like I'm doing all the work. We meet and I play for him a couple times. We spend the rest of the time talking and I might play again near the end. And I'm not really getting a lot of feedback. um earlier we met this week, and I was working on the link B minor piece, and it was playable. Like, I played it, I could play it, and that's what I did. I played it, and he says, "Okay, I'm satisfied." And I'm thinking, I'm not. There's still a lot of work that I need to do on this. Specifically with, pedaling. He's not helping me out with pedaling at all. Um, it's just, it's really frustrating, and I don't know what to do. Um, there, one, I mean, the, the organ teachers are really hard to find. I mean, they're like more rare to find than a piano teacher. Two, you got to do with practice, location. I mean, if you don't have like an electronic organ that you could put at your house, um, you're literally having to work out arrangements with either the church where you're studying from, or whatever. And currently, with it being summer, office hours are limited, so you don't get a lot of access, and it's just a lot of stuff that it's really frustrating. Um and I don't know what to do. Um we're we're starting the Bach G minor prelude and fugue, and he says, "Well, I don't know if you're going to be able to do the fugue yet." And so he shows me the bottom uh page of the fugue at the pedal point, and it's got crotchets, no, what is it? What's the rhythm? I think it's quaver, 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 semi-quaver, semi-quaver, quaver, semi-quaver, quaver. The rhythm is not really all that bad. And he says, "Well, I don't think you're going to be able to do that on the pedal." And I'm thinking, well, whose fault is that? you know? Um, so yeah, I mean, and on top of that, um, he says, "Well, I think we should spend 2 more weeks on the ring piece, 1 week so you can get the notes down, and second week so you can work on the tempo." Well, once I get the notes out of once I get my head out of the score, out of the paper, I can focus on the notes and the tempo pretty simultaneously, because as I'm working on the tempo, or as I'm working on the notes, the tempo will come as I get more fluent with the notes. And that's the thing. I mean, once I get out of the music paper, that's when I can really start to work on all the musicality stuff, the expression, and dynamics and all that stuff. Granted, organ doesn't really have that except for the swell box and stuff, but still, once I get out of the paper, then I can work on specific nitty gritty things that I wasn't able to give attention to before because I was too busy learning the notes. And that's one of the really interesting things is with my particular situation. Most people, when they're learning music, they are looking at the notes and learning all that stuff simultaneously as they're looking at the page. And when it comes to the memory, they already have all that stuff down. Their problem is just, can I trust myself to not look at the music paper? And from what it sounds like, I shouldn't say all sighted people, but a majority of sighted people, they're so used to working with the score that they don't, I shouldn't say they can memorize, because they can, but they're less, they're more or less sure of themselves, we'll just say that, because they don't utilize, they're not working that part of their brain as much as blind people and visually impaired people do. um and memory, like having to memorize a score, is like essential for a blind person, because it's like once we know the notes and once we can play the notes, then we can focus our attention on the actual music making, on the actual expression, and fine techniques, such with organ, switching from one keyboard to the other, getting that pedal work really, really solid, so that we know what's going on. But if your teacher isn't going to work with you on that stuff to really make it the best it can be, it's like, why even, like, why bother? And the other thing, he's never asked me to play through that F major thing that I played, which I really didn't care for anyway. Um, so that's the other thing. If we are supposed to keep all this music in our head, it would be nice if teachers would ask us, "Hey, I want to hear the F major prelude or whatever, or the F major Orgelstück, or I want to hear this, or I want to hear that." By being asked to play these pieces, granted, I only know like 2 pieces now, barely that, because I haven't played through the first one in forever. That's the only way that our brains are going to keep that stuff in the forefront and make those neural pathways stronger, is by pulling it out. And if he's not requiring that I play it at least, once a week or whatever, that piece is just going to go in one hand and out the ear. I don't know. But it's just going to be, oh, yeah, I used to be able to play that. I mean, lots of my piano music is like that, because I didn't play through them enough. I can't play them. I'd have to go back from scratch, look at the score, and relearn them. Would they come back sooner? Possibly. But yeah. So back to the organ pedaling on the fugue. He says, I don't think you're going to be able to do this, the rhythm on the last line or two of the fugue. And it's like, well, I think that's why I'm working with you, so that you can help me with these things and that you can teach me these things. But if you're not going, if the teacher is not competent, that he thinks a student can do something that he already does, kind of, it really kind of questions if I'm working with the right person. I would much rather have a teacher who puts a little bit of a challenge in front of me and say, have me say, I don't know if I can do this, and the teacher says, yes, you can. Versus a teacher who gives you a piece of music, well, I don't think you can do this. And the student's like, why are you giving me the piece then? Or why are you having me work on the piece? To be fair, I did pick the G minor prelude and fugue. I picked that. I was looking through the 8 short preludes and fugues. And I thought, all of these are really, really nice. And I shouldn't say that Link is not a legitimate composer because he is, but, you know, um, it just, I've always loved Bach. And so I was looking through that. It's like, I love the prelude, the fugue, I'll just have to grow onto. But, it's just one of those things. I'm not as familiar with uh Bach's organ music other than like, the standards that everybody plays. Um so some of his fugues I would have to get used to. And in general, like I was looking through my uh WTC books and I noticed that a lot of the fugues are not marked as, oh, I can't wait to learn this. A lot of them are just the preludes. I don't know what it is. I think it's because I'm not accustomed to counterpunctual music. Um, but I don't know. Um, but yeah, I don't know what to do, whether or not if I should continue working with this guy, whether if I should find someone in the fall. Um, I don't know. Um, on top of that, I'm uh um let me see here. Classes with my teacher are going to be resuming, I think. I have not heard anything in like a week or so, maybe a couple days, but it feels like a long time. But I know he did say he's dealing with personal issues, so that's, he needs to take his time on that. But I just, you know, from what it sounds like, classes are starting next week and it sounds like they're going to be extended. I don't know what that means. We haven't really had time to talk about any of this, so I don't know. I mean, there's just a lots of I don't knows right now. And then like coming this fall, my uh organ teacher, he's going to be teaching classes at a university, or I don't know if it's a university or what it is, but it's some kind of school that he teaches at. And um he says he won't be able to work with me on the day that we work together right now. I don't know. So I'm having to kind of figure out, okay, if I'm going to be studying longer with teacher, if we block off the morning hours, how early is that going to be? And, am I still going to have time to go in to the church building and practice? I have asked my choir director at another church if I could practice there, as talking with her about, just some stuff. She's also, recommending that I get organ shoes. But it's just I don't want to intrude on her space. And I was asking her, it's like, hey, is it okay if I practice, do you have a spot where I could practice after choir, because I won't have time to work in the mornings at my mom's church. And she's like, oh yeah, sure, you could practice here in the choir room. And I'm like, your office is right next door. Oh, I have a door, it's okay. I'm in and out. It's like, and the one thing she said, which was really encouraging, she's like, well, you're not going to get she says, you're not going to get any better if you don't practice. which is a huge encouragement, because right now I don't really get the sensation that I'm getting that from the person that I'm working with. So yeah. Um so with that, I don't know. I guess I'll just, see what happens. I am working on getting some like what do they call it? Music reading, not necessarily like music, but like music exercises um put into uh my braille display, which is a completely different video. I'll have to share with you guys about that. But I have a adaptive technology where I can it's a digital braille thing. It's like a brailler, but it doesn't use it doesn't use paper. It's basically like a blind man's laptop computer without the internet thing, unless you actually connect it to like a screen reader, it sounds like, or something. I don't know. But I'm working on just putting in music reading for that. Um, I don't know. I did inquire. I asked my choir director, says, "Hey, could you help me learn how to sight read music? Like, not necessarily knowing what the notes are, because I kind of know what they are, but like actually learning how to sight read using braille music. I mean, I understand the concept of sight reading, but when you're actually learning through another medium, it's like, oh my gosh, I don't know, because there's like a whole pacing thing. It's like I'll just post another video about that. But basically, the organ thing, I mean, I like it. I love the challenge. Um, but I don't feel like I'm being inspired. Like I'm like yesterday, I almost didn't even want to go into practice, because it's like, why? Why? Um I I I don't know. And it's been like this for probably 2 or 3 weeks now, maybe even longer, I don't know. But just I noticed the past couple weeks, I go in and I practice currently about, I don't know, 2 hours, 2.5 hours, sometimes three. I mean, it gives and take. But I'm putting in all this work, and I'm not getting any feedback from my teacher, um, which is really kind of like, why are we even meeting? You know, I mean, I don't know if he's not competent, or if he doubts himself. I don't know. I mean, to be fair, he did say, "Well, I'm not a teacher. I'm just I'm self-taught organist. I mean, I don't have formal training or anything. I just picked up stuff." And it's like, "Well, I picked up stuff too." But it seems like my level of musicianship may be a little bit higher than what he expects of himself. I mean, I don't know. Yesterday we looked at, what is it, yesterday? No. Yeah, yesterday. Today, I don't even know what today's date is. I don't know. Um, when we last met, Thursday, we looked at the opening measures of the prelude, and I says, well, this is not gonna be, perfect, because I don't have it memorized. I'm still definitely in the note learning phase. And so he's like, well, it's okay, I'm only going to expect what I would expect of myself, which is not, I don't know. Um, I would at least give myself a chance to learn the notes before you expect anything major out of, blind people, because yeah. Okay. So we're working through the piece, and because I had started working on it, I had a concept of the chords and the arpeggios, and I had it kind of, but I kept screwing up which hand was doing what, and I didn't know what the chords were, um, because I never really, like, I could look at the page and I could say, yeah, that's a G minor chord in I don't know, what is it, third inversion or second inversion, whatever. Yeah, I'd have to totally relearn those. But I could look at the page and I could do that. But translating that to the keyboard, I would have to think, okay, G minor, and then I would literally have to put that chord into whatever inversion it needed to be in. Um, I mean, so on the keyboard, I do not have practical skills like that to just play the chords as needed and know what they are. Like, I could play stuff and kind of make it sound good, but I don't know what I'm playing. And yeah, it's kind of like you're reading material, but you don't fully understand what it is you're reading, but you kind of, you know, read what, I don't know, reads good or something. I don't know. So we're working on this, and he's telling me, play an minor, F major chord, and he's not telling me what hand to play it in. And he's not telling me what hand to play the arpeggio in. So for a while, I was playing the chord in the wrong hand and the arpeggio in the wrong hand. He's like, no, no, no. It's supposed to be, the chord is supposed to be in this hand and the arpeggio is supposed to be in this hand. And it's like, well, you need to tell me these things because I'm not looking at the music. I'm not looking at the notes. I'm looking at what my hands are doing. And I'm relying on your understanding of the score to tell me, to instruct me in a sense, if that makes sense. Um, so yeah, things like that. It's a little frustrating. And then he's playing the chords, like he's putting his hands, he's playing the chords orally, which helps, but it doesn't help because I don't have a really good ear to pick up chords in, melodies and stuff just off the top of my head like that. Whereas if he told me what the physical notes were or the solfege or something, it'd be a lot more easier. Versus, playing the chords and then have me figure out, okay, what did he just play? It kind of turns into like an oral skills lesson. But yeah, I don't know. It's just I don't know what to do. I mean, I don't want to say that everything that I've done is done for naught, but to be fair, I more than likely could have completed this stuff without his help because a lot of it is being worked on without his help. And I'm not getting any feedback on how to do things properly or whatever. I mean, especially with the pedal board. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I guess I'll continue. I will be working one day in the afternoon in the choir room. They have I guess you can call it a practice organ or something. It's like it's just like a box. I think it's just like an electronic organ. But it's not in the main sanctuary area where people, sometimes they go in there and pray and meditate and stuff like that. I mean, obviously you don't want to be practicing when people are trying to, contemplate what's going on in the world today. um but yeah, I'm very thankful that I have that opportunity, and if my choir director notices things and makes comments and actually guides me, I will be ever grateful because right now I don't know what to do. It's like I don't even want to, pursue anything because I'm not getting any feedback from my teacher. Um so yeah, I need more inspiration to continue what it is I'm doing, because I'm putting in all this work and I'm not getting any feedback on the work I'm putting in. Um, for like, when I was in, um, at the church in Madison, I would be practicing a passage, and um, I would get stuck on a passage. I would, talk with the music director, choir director, and he's very, very kind. Um, so when he had time, he would come down, he would, work with me on the passage, and, I'd, work on it a little bit more with his insights. Um, and then, like, a couple days later, or maybe even the next week, he would, just out of the blue, he would just come down and say, "Hey, do you remember that passage you're working on last week? It's sounding much better." Things like that. I mean, it's nothing real big, but just to hear that uh, that the work I'm doing um is paying off. I mean, to be honest, working on music the way that blind people have to, it's not easy. We can't just pick up a score and read through it like sighted people can. But I don't know. Okay. Well, I'm gonna find something for breakfast or something. I don't know. My tummy was all upset yesterday. So, kind of a blah appendix. I'm sorry. If you want to like, share, and subscribe, you can. And don't forget to ring the notification bell for all notifications.